and unprecedented in the history of American presidential politics. This is no longer about policy, civility, decency, or even temperament. He says this is a direct threat of violence against a political rival. It's not just against the norms of American politics, it raises a serious question of whether it is against the law. If any other citizen had said this about a presidential candidate, would the Secret Service be investigating? And we know from this very campaign the answer to that is probably yes. Rather goes on to say, to anyone who still pretends this is a normal election of Republican versus Democrat, history is watching. Rather suspects its verdict will be harsh. Many have tried to do a side shuffle, he says, and issue statements saying they strongly disagree with his rhetoric, but still support the candidate, or rather, party. He says that is becoming woefully insufficient. The rhetoric is the candidate. He says this, lastly, cannot be treated as just another outrageous moment in the campaign. We will see whether major newscasts explain how grave and unprecedented this is, and whether the headlines in tomorrow's newspapers do it justice. He says we will soon know whether anyone who has publicly supported Trump explains how they can continue to do so. As for Trump, he shrugged off all of the criticism from many prominent media members in one single tweet, calling the media desperate to distract from Clinton's anti-Second Amendment stance. As for Clinton, she has said that she does not want to abolish the Second Amendment, but rather increase background checks on a federal level. And tonight, new polling numbers just out from Quinnipiac University. It focuses specifically on crucial swing states. This latest poll finds Clinton leads Donald Trump by 3 percentage points.
And it's bullshit.
By 10% in Pennsylvania.
Hey, no way she's leading. Nobody goes to her rallies.
Clinton technically leads in Florida as well by a race.
The ladies, she's fucking crazy.
Just a 1 point.
You people fucking vote for her. You're fucking crazy.
To include the third-party candidates in Florida, it actually seems to bring down Clinton in the polls. Trump and Clinton tied neck and neck at 43%. And another Reuters Ipsos poll out just today shows that 1 in 5 Republicans want Donald Trump to drop out of the race for president. Joining us now is political commentator. You've seen him on Fox News often, Eric Schiffer. He's joining us from Beverly Hills. Also a reputation expert who deals in the political medium here. Eric, I know you had some strong words on Twitter. I want to bring that up now to show our viewers. You tweeted that Donald Trump and his trigger-happy tongue spewed a presidential death wish. Some strong words there. You said the illegal Second Amendment crowdsourced hit on Hillary Clinton. It sounds like there's no doubt in your mind Trump was in fact suggesting an assassination.
There's no doubt. There's no doubt. Look, this is his one of his only hopes. It's his only path, and I think it's been established right now that we're dealing with someone that has very little, if any, empathy.
Trump is
his attacks on the Gold Star family. We've seen it with his attacks on a reporter who is disabled. We've seen it just time and again in other situations where he just does things that the American public recoils from. They cringe. They don't like.
Well, and to those in our audience, some who have even reached out to our newsroom and said, "Oh no, you're playing this up. It's not." You know, we like Trump because he is who he is and he says what he means. Well, we then play sound bites in response sometimes. Trump in a rally instigating riots, saying, "I'll pay legal fees for someone to strike one of these protesters." A week later, we see that happen, and they say, "Oh no, that was just an isolated incident." We see other times where he clearly jokes, "I'd like to kill a reporter," but then advances or floats a policy proposal that I'll, quote, open up those libel laws and go after reporters for criticizing. These things are things that we would normally hear coming out of the Kremlin, but not Washington.
Look, he has been a proponent of violence until violence was something that the media shamed him to stop, and others had really put the pressure.
God, they're hitting him too.
Otherwise, I think he would continue to do it. We know this. For Trump supporters who I feel really...
This network was pro-Trump, and now they're hitting him.
This horse's owner didn't disclose everything. They're finding out about this now. The horse is very likely not going to win the race. But the good thing for Trump supporters is their cause will still go on. The things that they care about will still go on. Getting back to the other point, this is not a guy who tells the truth. I mean, there was a report in the Washington
Don't tell the
Post
truth.
about a deposition that he took with the with the lawsuit with the writer
Don't tell
that
the
he had
truth.
sued for libel, in which he
God, they're
pointed out
banging
to
him,
the
man.
with the attorneys to have told lie after lie about certain things, and when called upon it, he said, "Yeah, it was different. Yes, it was actually a lie." So.
But this is the Washington Post. They were very heavy against Bernie Sanders. They're most likely going to be endorsing Hillary Clinton for the presidency. And so a lot of Trump supporters look at the source and they say, "Oh, you're just part of the liberal elitist media. We're not going to really consider you, and we're going to just mark this up as a hit piece, and we're going to side with our guy." That's sort of the resolve that he referred to when he says, "I can stand on Fifth Avenue, shoot somebody in the back, and not lose one voter."
Well, the deposition record, though, was not paid for by the Washington Post, and they're just reporting on the deposition. The deposition, if you're an independent voter or if you're a swing voter, should matter to you, because what it really lays out is this is a guy that repeatedly, on large-scale things, lies. He lies as a matter of course. And
Wow.
So, again, if we look back,
I thought they were for Trump on this channel.
Really sees
That's why I recorded it.
With some prayer.
He's not lying, people.
It's going to drop dead.
Folks, he don't lie.
And
You also see some of the on the dark corners of the internet some continued speculation that Hillary Clinton is in poor health, or that her health or her life might even be in jeopardy just because of a poor health as well. And the Clinton campaign has said, no, that's just a dark fantasy or a dark wish of my opponents.
No, she's having seizures for no reason.
I think
Flipping out in public for no reason, right?
Is now decided. I think they've got a good sense of who he is at a core level. I think we had always seen the facade, and he's a great brander. He's a great marketer. There's no question. But the man behind
this guy talking right now is,
frankly, many people would say evil, and
he's evil.
To the point where,
that's what we're saying about Hillary, and now he's evil.
And so I think
he's
comments that he's making
evil. He's
are
you know,
in his mind, both to capture media, but also to send a message, because who knows, maybe someone,
you got to check out my other video.
Actually do something, and it might change the outcome of the
you know,
race.
I say that he's evil, but I think God's blessing him, and I think this is probably our last chance. This is our last chance.
The polls are crystal
This is
clear.
what I'm watching here in Florida.
Well, I doubt that it'll be as bad as the '84 drubbing that we saw from the Reagan-Bush victory there. I think only Minnesota and Washington, D.C. Went Democrat in that election. Few expect it to be that.
I'll be surprised. I'll be really surprised. The numbers are really.
I'd be surprised if you're telling the truth.
I think they're going to get worse.
Fucking clone.
These types of comments will add to the perception that he's temperamentally unfit, meaning he doesn't have.
She's physically unfit. She's sick.
Aside from the temperamental thing, though, I think there's time. A lot of Republicans are looking right now at the strategy and are left scratching their heads. The last 20 consecutive national polls out show Clinton leads by a wide margin. Today, however, for the first time since the close of the DNC and that scuffle with the Gold Star family, Trump did appear to bounce back, if only in a very small way. You have to look at the average of polls to get this. Real Clear Politics has it on their website. Trump has come up slightly from 39.9% on average to 40.3%. So
This is the biggest bullshit I've ever heard in my life.
And hardly a trend that says he's actually bouncing back all the way. But the only problem for Trump is that Clinton continues to climb upward too. She's now
nobody's supporting her.
National support. Do you suspect that this whole
Nobody is at her rallies.
Polarizing stunts to just
There's a rally going on in Palm Beach County right now that probably has 10,000 or more people in the stadium. She has 170 people. If you guys are falling for this dumb shit, you're stupid. You're dumber than I am. Whatever. Fucking have at it. Stupid Americans.